it's Megan, and in today's video, I'll be doing my long-awaited sketchbook tour. I started this sketchbook at the end of March, and I finished it around the middle of November this year. But before we jump into it, I just wanted to let you guys know that I added tons of new products to my merch store. I also have my Redbubble shop, and I've been posting a lot more on my website as well, which you can find at www.meganweller.org. So, with all that being said, let's just get into the video. On the inside front cover, I made this pocket. It holds a sticker from my merch collection and these phone case inserts. Since my case is clear, I can stick these in whenever I want to change the design. Right now I have a Christmas themed one in there. I challenged myself to put something on both the front and back of each page in this sketchbook. The front pages are generally sketches colored with alcohol-based markers, and I either collaged or painted something on the back. On the first page, I did that faux watercolor technique where you scribble on a plastic bag with water-based markers, and then you put water on your page and stick the bag down, and then you have a cute little watercolor thing. I attempted to do a calligraphy style font on top. Obviously, the keyword there is attempted, but anyways. I did another handwriting practice page on the back. I think the blue one's my favorite. Then I did this drawing of Kermit sipping tea, but instead of coloring him normally, I drew little mandala designs inside of him with some fine liner pens. This page was a fun one. I was inspired by those niche memes where they do those little quizzes, so I decided to make my own using magazine clippings. If you want, you can pause the video and let me know what your score is down below. Then we have this Meet the Artist page, which honestly is not my best work. The face is, well, questionable, but it's fine. This next page, well, the concept was there, but the execution kind of fell flat. It was supposed to be like in those scary movies where, it's dark and people are hiding in the shadows or something. I don't know. On this page, I drew what I thought Wednesday Addams would look like as a character in 2019. And obviously, this was based off of one of the early 90s movies, not the new one. This was from one of my sketchbook ideas videos, which most of these are, but the idea was to draw the first letter of your first name and then fill it with things that start with that letter. So we have Megan from Drake and Josh, or Miranda Cosgrove, whichever, Mike Wazowski, a monkey, makeup, yeah, we're just gonna ignore that one because apparently that's one of the demonetization words now, so that's just moving on. On this drawing, her face looks pretty bad, but it's just another collage, and on this page, I glued in a quote from a magazine, and the drawing on the page was inspired by the quote. Oh, okay, I actually really like this page. I had a bunch of people recreate it, which is awesome, and I love seeing what you guys draw. The right page is a dice game. So you roll the dice to determine your character's hairstyle, hair color, eye color, and mouth shape, and then you draw the character. So, for example, this drawing would mean that I got a 5, another 5, a 2, and a 3. And links to all of my sketchbook ideas videos will be down below in case you need a further explanation of any of the pages. On the next two pages, on the left I did a collage of different blue items and then I doodled all over it with a Sharpie and a Posca pen. And on this page, I picked out a few things that were laying around my room and then I combined them to make a drawing. Then we have this collage of watches with the words maximize every second. And over here was the first time that I tried to paint clouds, which was practice for this video. And I tried painting them over a drawing that I did with my Arteza markers that got messed up, and as you can see, that even through 4 layers of gesso, the markers still bleed through. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, Arteza makes quite a few good products. You guys know I'm always mentioning their acrylic paint and their sketchbooks and stuff, but honestly, these kind of missed the mark for me, which I took down the review because that was a first impression, and even though they gave a decent first impression, alcohol-based markers aren't supposed to bleed when they get wet. So anyways, this is my formal apology for being dumb and not thinking to test that in that video, but my favorite markers that don't bleed are the Ohuhu brush markers and my Winsor Newton Pro markers. So anyways, behind that is a super random page. It's basically just a bunch of scraps that I threw together. The rainbow was left over from one of my Create This Book videos, which if you stare at the dot for 30 seconds and then you look up, you'll see like an actual rainbow, so that's kind of cool. And the drawing of SpongeBob was supposed to be for another page, but I didn't feel like coloring it, so I just stuck it here. I was going to write imagination, but I ran out of room, so I just wrote imagine instead. Beside that, I have another page that was part of my Create This book, which I might start that again at the beginning of next year, and would you look at that, another collage. I actually really like this one. And on this page, we have my first attempt at drawing realistically, which didn't exactly go so well. If you can guess who this is, you get a gold star because poor girl did not deserve this. Then we have another collage, and here I was testing out a new set of Posca pens that I got. I got a few different tip sizes, so I decided to draw Kermit again. And this page I really like. It's a little cloud painting tutorial that I made using some leftover paint. Here we have another collage, and this page, which I actually still really like. This is a drawing of myself, and I colored it in using different shades of gray. I really like this method for drawing more realistic people because it's faster, easier, and it looks a lot better in my opinion. On this page, I was painting with my Arteza gouache over a book page, and I didn't realize that this word was on this page, but at least now YouTube can't say that I'm too kid-friendly. Next to that, we have my favorite page in the whole entire book, which, if you've noticed, is also my profile picture. It's another drawing of me in that same grayscale style, with Starry Night in the background. Over here I was just messing around with some stickers, and on this page I was practicing different character expressions. Then we have this pretty terrible bubble painting, and this drawing that I wanted to use when I do shoutouts. I think I might paint the little part behind her though, so that it's not all white. Leave me a comment letting me know what your favorite art supplies are for a shout out in my next video. Behind that, I glued some of those Dove chocolate wrappers with the cute little sayings on them, and here we have the only page in the whole sketchbook that I didn't finish. I wanted to do one of those daily painting challenges, and as you can see, I finished 2 of them. But I've learned that I'm the type of person, if I'm gonna do something like this, I just need to do it all in one day, film everything in one day, and then just post it over the 6 days because, as you can see, I did it for 2 days and then I just forgot. This page was pretty cool. I took some leaves and colored on them with washable markers, then I pressed them onto the page with a little bit of water on it so that I could make the leaves in the back. These pages I did when I went to see the Jonas Brothers. On the left, I put my ticket, which we actually got pretty good seats, like close enough that the security lady made us dump out our waters, which is really annoying. Like, I get it, they don't want people throwing stuff at them, but at the same time, it's like, y'all are really overestimating my athletic ability, which, just so we're clear, it's pretty non-existent. Anyways, on the next 2 pages, we have these SpongeBob flowers that I painted, and this was just like a random thing to cover up the back of the page. And here I drew 12 circles, and I challenged myself to draw something different in each circle. Which, can we just take a moment, like, look how nice this peach looks, and then look at the cookie that I did last. Like, you can tell I was so over this. On this page, I cut out a picture of Cher, Ty, and Dion from an old Clueless VHS. I tried to make the background a yellow plaid similar to her outfit from the movie. On this page, I picked a year, which was 1997, and I researched a bunch of different clothing trends from back then to create a character. Then we have my Area 51 inspired page, which again, the background was just paint left over from another project, and the letters were cut from magazines. This page was inspired by my family's trip to Disney World over the summer. I drew 3 small comic strips that were inspired by conversations I overheard when I was there. These next 2 pages are super random. On the left, I have some DIY scratch art that I made, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen this before, but basically, you just color over the paper with some oil pastels or crayons, paint over it with a mixture of equal parts black paint and dish soap, and draw your design with something like a chopstick, or in my case, I use these little clay tools. On this page, I just slapped some random paint in the background, and I taped on this Babysitter's Club postcard. And I found a whole book of these at a thrift store once. On the back it says it was made in 1991. Then we have this firework page, which I made by thinning out paint and then blowing it around with a straw. And again, we have another page that was made using leftover paint. I think I like the pages where I painted on the back better than the collages, but let me know what you guys think. Over here, I decided to design my own Mickey ears. These are based off of a show called Great Moments in History that they have in Liberty Square at the Magic Kingdom. Since we went during the 4th of July, I thought this was appropriate. And moving on, we have even more Disney-themed pages. On the left, I glued in a park map, a sticker, and cut out this picture of Goofy from a bag of candy. On the right, I drew Minnie dressed as Cinderella and Cinderella dressed as Minnie. This next page was super random, but I honestly really like it. The cats were cut out from a coloring page that I did a long time ago, and I painted the background using elements from the designs on the cats. On my last Disney-themed page, I drew my favorite foods that I had on my trip. And here I painted a pastel sky. On this page I tried some blackout poetry, which is where you take a page from a book and paint over most of the words, only leaving a few of them showing. These pages have more collages. This time I experimented with creating scenes out of ripped paper. This next page is interesting. I painted both sides of a piece of paper and cut leaf shapes out of it. The leaf shapes were flipped over and they fit back in like puzzle pieces. Then we have another scratch art page, and this page, which is a list of different collage materials that I came up with. On the back of that, I painted Kermit once again, because honestly, this is me, like every day. And over here I did the blob art challenge, which is where you just put blobs of paint on the page and then try to turn them into something. On this page, we have washi tape that I made using double-sided tape and scrapbook paper. And over here, I drew this for a TikTok because I got an email that was like, hey, make a TikTok to this song and we'll promote it. And long story short, they lied, but it's fine. Now moving on to Halloween. This page was made with more homemade stamps. And over here I drew my favorite Halloween candy. This leaf page was fun to do. The background was made by putting a leaf under a piece of paper and rubbing over it with a crayon. The leaf on top was preserved by ironing it in between wax paper, and I painted over that. And over here I drew myself as a witch. Next I did this fall-themed palette knife painting, and this drawing, which was based off of a Halloween costume that I wore one year. On this page I put some Addams Family trading cards and stickers that I got on Etsy. I taped the cards down with washi tape so you could still see what's on the back, and I put some stickers behind them. And here's what I meant when I said that if I'm going to do a painting challenge, I have to just do it all in one day. Then I have this picture of Taylor Swift, and these 22 balloons, which I also have a tutorial on. This page was fun. I was just messing around and tried finger painting. And here we have my shameless self-promo page, which I have in my end card and also now at the beginning of my videos until I have time to make a new intro. Then we have another collage, this ghost page, and this random thing that I was trying to do but it didn't work. I really like the pattern on this page. I might have to do something with that eventually. And then we have this page, which this girl's face is pretty bad, so we're just gonna move on. Another collage, another painting, and then we have this page, which I actually really love. I saw these cool clouds one night, but my phone didn't want to get a nice picture of it, so I decided to paint them instead. I did the clouds a little bit differently on this one, and let me know if you guys would want a tutorial for this painting, because it was pretty easy. This page was from my Best Art Supplies for Beginners video. Then we have this wrapping paper that I designed in my most recent sketchbook video, and this Polaroid drawing that I turned into a sticker set that's available on my Redbubble shop. And you can tell that I was really over it at this point because I just glued some random things on this page, but on the page beside that, I drew this Home Alone inspired sweater, which I turned into a Christmas ornament. Then I drew this girl wearing an outfit made from wrapping paper, and on the last page, I drew Eloise from the movie Eloise at Christmas time. So that was everything in my second sketchbook. Let me know which page was your favorite. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos just like this one. My merch, my website, and all of my social media will be linked down below. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!